Married at First Sight Season 18's Ikechi Ojoré has shown his poor attitude throughout the season, making it clear he never should have been cast. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. Married at First Sight Season 18's Ikechi Ojoré has an attitude that proves he never should have been cast on the show, making it clear that his relationship with Emem Obot isn't his priority. Throughout Married at First Sight Season 18, viewers have had the opportunity to get to know Ikechi in his marriage to Emem, which has made it difficult to understand why he wanted to become part of the experiment so desperately. Throughout his time on 18’s, Ikechi has displayed a duality that's concerning for viewers, turning his personality on and off in ways that have confused Emem incredibly. While I've been wondering what Ikechi's issues were since the beginning of the season after learning that he'd applied to be on Married at First Sight multiple times ahead of being cast, I've seen far more than I bargained for. From the moment he met his Married at First Sight wife Emem, Ikechi has been struggling to connect with her on both physical and emotional levels. Rather than trying to engage with Emem in a productive way when he's uncertain or feels boundaries have been crossed, Ikechi's attitude has pushed him to be non-responsive, dismissive, and ignore Emem's feelings. Although Ikechi has been an applicant for Married at First Sight twice before his casting on 18’s Season 18, he's never truly been looking for marriage, judging by his time on the series. On Married at First Sight, participants are put into expertly matched couples who marry without ever meeting beforehand. While Ikechi was deeply aware of the premise of the series and essentially begged the casting team to put him on the show by repeatedly applying, his behavior hasn't exhibited an understanding of what he signed up for. Instead, Ikechi appears to want a relationship where he has sole control. Ikechi's behavior on 18’s Season 18 has made it clear that he can't handle a woman who's excelling in her field and doesn't need him to fulfill her. While Emem has been looking for a partner to spend her life with, she has a high-achieving lifestyle where she doesn't place all of her value within the confines of her romantic relationships. Ikechi said he hoped for a spouse who he would feel aligned with on values, but what he really meant in the beginning of the season was that he was looking for someone who he could exert power over. In the most recent episode of 18’s Season 18, Ikechi was shown talking to Pastor Cal Roberson after leaving his home with Emem. Having packed all of his belongings, Ikechi didn't announce his departure or try to talk to Emem about the issues they were having. Instead, he disappeared with all of his things and made it clear he wasn't interested in discussing their problems. Ikechi, who evidently has issues with communication, was crystal clear during the couple's group anniversary dinner that his marriage to Emem was a major problem, but refused to speak about it until he was ready. When Ikechi sat down with Pastor Cal, it was clear his defenses were up. He communicated quite clearly with the pastor that he was having a hard time with the fact that he felt Emem was overstepping boundaries with him, especially physical lines that he didn't want crossed. When Pastor Cal poked at him a bit, Ikechi shared that he hadn't communicated the issues he was having with Emem directly, but instead shut her down repeatedly, but didn't understand why she felt rejected. Ikechi's conversation with Pastor Cal didn't seem productive, as he didn't grasp why his actions were wrong. Although Emem and Ikechi appear to be giving their marriage another try, it doesn't seem like the coupling will be a good fit for either of them after such a major lack of communication. Ikechi, who disappeared rather than speaking up about what he wanted or needed from his partner, has not been a good spouse to Emem, who has simply been trying to figure out what he wants from her. Though the pair may be giving their marriage another try, I think Ikechi's attitude can speak for itself at this point, after seeing him move through 18’s Season 18. Ikechi's behavior has been difficult for me to fathom throughout the season, but his inability to articulate what he's feeling or what he needs has been shocking from the start. For a man who considers himself a writer, Ikechi has very little to say when he's asked directly about what could be done to make him happy. Instead, he continues to show an avoidant attitude that doesn't bode well for his Married at First Sight experience, and has shared more about what's wrong with Emem than what she can do to align with his values.